Exceptional comfort, high performance and amazing graphics. What else do you need? After being announced at MetaConnect 2024, the MetaQuest 3S is the latest VR headset from Meta and continues on the line of the MetaQuest 3. The original MetaQuest 3 only garnered 3 stars in my original review. I just thought it was overpriced and I wasn't really a big fan. However, the MetaQuest 3S swoops in and solves this issue, coming in at just £289.99, almost £200 cheaper than its predecessor, which cost £479.99. And despite coming in a whole lot cheaper, you actually get the same processor. In terms of design, you get the same white shell on the MetaQuest 3S that you find on the 3 and the 2. So they all feel quite uniform, sleek and clean. You also get the same Y strap which is found on the MetaQuest 3. This creates a much more comfortable fit than the MetaQuest 2. You feel like you've got more support all around your head instead of just a couple of pressure points. However, one frustrating thing with the Y strap, especially for those who have longer hair, the Velcro on the top of the strap can easily get caught in your hair, especially when you're adjusting the headset while you've got it on. So this can be a little bit annoying, but it's definitely not ripping any of my hair out, don't worry. The MetaQuest 3S, like its older brothers and sisters, is a all-in-one VR headset, which means that it's quite front-loaded, or in this case, completely front-loaded. This means all of the components that make the headset run are actually in the front of the goggles. This can create a fair amount of pressure on the front of your face, so make sure you've got the straps adjusted correctly to ensure that you're not dealing with any discomfort. On the outside of the headset, you get a power button, a volume button, and a brand new quick action button. The quick action button, in my opinion, is a super healthy addition. Its primary function is to easily swap between mixed reality and virtual reality, which is super helpful when you want to see what's going on around you whilst you're in the middle of a game, or when you're in your menu screens and you just need to adjust your boundary. You also get a USB-C charging port just like the MetaQuest 3. This can also be used to connect the headset to your PC via a Metalink cable so you can play PC VR games too. One thing that you won't find on the MetaQuest 3S is the dial to adjust the spacing between your lenses. You've now got to go back to going inside the headset itself and adjusting the lenses manually instead of whilst you're wearing it, which can create a little bit of back and forth, but once you've found your optimal position, you're not going to be adjusting them all the time, so I don't find this too big of a deal. Of course, Meta had to find a way to cut costs somewhere, and I'd rather this than losing out on processing power. You can find a full list of the MetaQuest 3S specifications on screen now. As I stated earlier, you get the exact same processor that you get in the MetaQuest 3, meaning the performance output is exactly the same. However, you have lower resolution panels to actually take advantage of this output. In my honest opinion, I didn't notice the lower resolution that much. Of course, it is slightly more grainy. You're not getting those super clear, if anything, way too sharp images that you get on the MetaQuest 3. So for those who aren't too fussed about having 4K resolution, then the MetaQuest 3S is a fantastic and more affordable option. Honestly, when using the headset, I found my experience to be pretty much close to identical to that of using the MetaQuest 3. When you're in-game, especially when there's a lot of motion going on, you're not really picking up on these resolution differences, in my experience anyway. A difference you might notice with the specifications before even putting the headset on is the switch back to Fresnel lenses. Whilst the MetaQuest 3 had more prestigious pancake lenses to make the headset thinner and lighter, it didn't end up being lighter, it was basically the same weight. The MetaQuest 3S has instead reverted back to Fresnel lenses, which will obviously be a step towards keeping it more affordable. When using the MetaQuest 3S, I honestly found that my experience was so similar to using the 3. Both my virtual reality and mixed reality experiences were so similar, I honestly couldn't notice the difference unless I was really looking for it. The only time I could really notice the resolution difference was when playing mixed reality titles in really high light settings. However, the MetaQuest 3S actually features a teeny tiny pinhole on the front of the device to allow more light to come in, which makes mixed reality look a lot more true to your surroundings. This actually offsets the resolution difference just a little bit. Honestly, games look absolutely stunning on the MetaQuest 3S. The main title I played was obviously Batman Arkham Shadow, the first exclusive we've seen come to the MetaQuest 3 family, which does mean MetaQuest 3S as well. I tried the title out on both my 3S and my 3 to sort of see if there were many differences, and I couldn't find any. The experience was practically exactly the same. Obviously, I played a range of other games too, whether this was virtual reality with a lot of motion, things like Beat Saber, or just sat down more like Islanders VR. All in all, my experience was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed using the headset. I found that it's revitalized my love of VR, which has kind of been dwindling over the past few years. Specifically when using the MetaQuest 3S for mixed reality experiences, I found that it sufficed amazingly. Of course, a mixed reality VR headset is never going to look the same as real life, but the MetaQuest 3S did a pretty good job of replicating that. There was no input lag from external cameras, and using the headset for both mixed reality games and lifestyle purposes alike felt great. Despite the hand tracking being pretty fantastic, nothing beats typing on a real keyboard, coming from a keyboard enthusiast. So unfortunately, I don't see myself replacing my actual setup with a MetaQuest 3S just yet, but that might be coming soon. Overall, I am super impressed with the MetaQuest 3S. For those who are yet to upgrade from the MetaQuest 2 or are looking to jump into virtual/mixed reality for the first time, the MetaQuest 3S is an amazing headset to start out with, and it's still budget friendly. While I'm elated the MetaQuest 3 is out now, it would have been nice to have it released as a slim or light option alongside the MetaQuest 3 last year. It can be a little bit frustrating for those who spent £500 to upgrade to the 3 only for this cheaper alternative to hit the shelves a year later. All in all, the MetaQuest 3 provides you with stunning visuals, high performance, and a super comfortable headset to wear for long periods of time. I give the MetaQuest 3S a perfect score of 5 stars. So that's it for my MetaQuest 3S review. Have you got the headset? Let me know in the comments below and tell me how you're getting on with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Jasmine from the Mirror Gaming team, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!